Hey guys, this is OceanRae once again, here with my brother, Flanatic, and we're going to be playing more Stanley Parable. Although I haven't even released the first video yet, but you'll see it soon. Eventually.
The end is never the end is loading.
The end is never the end is loading. So I'm using my brother's mic right now, so it may sound a lot better than before.
Sounds like 400 times better than what it does.
Yeah, because he has a real mic. He has a Snowball. Probably the best, cheapest mic I've ever seen.
The weird thing is, we're doing this, and this one is the Stanley Parable, so it's weird. Two,
this is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah.
And three, I'm only wearing one shoe. You know that?
Good for you.
My right shoe decided to come loose.
You don't need to.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so what I did last time.
Hold up. Press the doorknob like 900 times.
See, I heard that if you watch the first video, I looked at this door and I pressed it a bunch of times because I heard that if you click it 5 times,
you get
the
an
door
achievement.
will open.
No. He yells at you, and you get an achievement.
It didn't work. I tried it.
After you do it like 100 times.
Yeah.
I forget who I watched. I watched somebody do that. It's freaking hilarious.
I know the first video I kept pressing spacebar because I really wanted to jump, and then I got an achievement, and I started cracking up, and nobody could know what I was talking about. But I got an achievement. It said you can't jump.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to say pick the door on the right, but jump out the window. Screw doors.
You can't jump out the window.
Yeah, you can.
How?
Easily.
You can't jump.
You have to climb on stuff, and you can in like the office room. You can jump out the window. Then you think you break the game, but you don't. Oh, you went through the right door. What's wrong with you?
I have an idea of where I want to go because it's pretty flippin' hilarious.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Wait, I was gonna.
Feeling a wave of
at it
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball. Wait.
You're really slow reading. Alright, next room.
Oh my gosh. That slide was too fast.
I sat in this room closet for literally like 10 minutes, and he starts yelling at you, and it's hilarious.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is where I want to go, because this is hilarious.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
No,
and as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my gosh.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever
How do I know
he
if
went?
I'm only wearing one
And for that matter,
shoe?
these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream.
Like that.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the
fact that
voice
you
was
can't
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who
it be
found
a
it
3?
particularly strange.
What?
I'm dreaming
1,
about a
2,
voice
4.
describing me,
Bro.
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts,
The
he
fact
thought.
that
And while he
drugs
thought it all
is,
very odd and wondered if this
yes.
voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course,
no, Sam, that's how
this
math
was not a
works.
dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for
Why
himself?
is he still talking?
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to
I'm
Stanley.
waiting for him to start
After
yelling.
all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
keep watching.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it.
What?
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up,
I don't
he
think
thought to
so.
himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife
He wants
and
to
my
push
job.
buttons.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
No.
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Wow, it's like I will get inside your head. Ah, nuh-uh. You sleep it in on a
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh my gosh.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Yeah. That was great.
The fact that he like died just kind of like wow.
And we're back at the beginning.
He full
All
on
of his
went
co-workers
insane.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What did that do? You just
I
set
think it
off a
counts how
bomb.
many times you go through the game.
When
Still
Stanley came to a set of 2 open
No.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room
Great
worth
resource.
admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all,
tried
just
to
to
get
spend a
a drink
few
the first
moments
time.
here in this immaculate,
Oh, they
beautifully
didn't say the
constructed
name.
room.
It's right.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Fuel.
Okay, let's go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Why would you do that?
Because I know where I'm going.
Oh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Can't you jump off?
I'm not your enemy,
Yeah, you're
really,
right.
I'm not.
What?
I realize that
Yeah, you
investing
just
your
died.
trust in someone else can be difficult,
Wow,
but the
that's
fact
terrible.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
Is it the one girl?
Your
that you talked
chance
about?
to
Mag-
redeem
Mag-
yourself.
What was her name?
Yeah.
To put your work aside,
If it is.
to let her
Except
back
it.
into your life. She's been waiting.
Why would you do that? Oh,
Yeah.
That's her, Stanley.
Answer the phone.
You need to be the one to do this.
This
To
is a
reach out to
robbery.
her. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Why?
That
Yes.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly?
I am
didn't even
law.
know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything.
It's okay.
I don't understand. How on
Stanley
earth are you
Parable
making
is all
meaningful
about love
choices?
now.
What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the
Pretty sure
game
he
for a
is
moment
Stanley.
so we can
Something
educate
saying
you
something
properly
spinning
on
around in
safe
circles.
decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best
Choice.
part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could
That's
systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike
Literally,
here,
Johnson,
the real
this is
world
what
makes
this
sense,
reminds me
and at
of.
no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm
My
supposed to
goodness.
be having a back
Is it
sack and
4:30?
crack."
Wait.
Practice.
Practice.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the
I do
best
it
part
sometimes.
to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend
that's my
making at
dog.
least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
This literally reminds me of the time Ray went
Welcome
over
back. You may
like,
have
the
noticed that
training
this
video
room has
for
begun to
Wendy's.
deteriorate as a
Or
result of narrative
the really,
contradiction.
really crappy
But not to
Sure
worry.
as a
Now that
video.
you're properly informed on good decision making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few
Why?
minutes ago and see what the
Why is
correct
it
thing to do
colorful?
would have been. This way,
Zoom in,
please.
zoom in. I like how his conscience can open doors. He's Magneto.
There's a key right there.
Professor X, can you do that? You can't fall down
Now that we
anymore.
know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
You know, I've never actually seen one of those before.
This is the best way to do it.
You know what? I just figured this out.
What?
Saw happened.
Saw happened.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I think we should just go the right way.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think your sense of
No!
direction
Why did
is
you do
just
that?
like your
Quickly,
ABCs.
hurry back in the other
Calling
direction.
numbers.
Perhaps we're not too late.
Why is it like lagged? Dude, walk into it. It's kind of like when you break out of the map and then try to come back in through a different way. It's like, nope, nope, nope. Absolutely not. I don't believe you can go that way. It's not gonna work if you keep going back in there.
I want something to happen.
I hope you like glitch into the wall and like explode. That was weird.
Oh, it's ruined.
You broke the
I can't believe
game.
after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work.
I just saw the
Why?
chair on the
For
floor and I
what?
was like, oh, God.
What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
I'm making all this weird.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
No.
I have to.
Jump out of the window
I
before.
have to.
I'm going
Like-
back. No.
Dude, freaking zombies.
I almost made it.
I was like, you're dead. What the aliens? Dead space.
Oh! I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
It's your fault.
My entire game is destroyed.
I didn't do it.
It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh.
Yep.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I swore the door didn't open.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley
Why?
would. That means
What are you
choosing
doing?
responsibly and always putting the story first.
I love
I'm quite
this
sure
way.
you'll
It's
be
so
up to
much
the
better.
task. Just follow my lead and you'll be
Did
fine.
you just like
All right.
starting the game?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, go.
You gotta go one more time.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Stop it.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He just like freaking. He just yelled at you for going to the right door. Maybe if he didn't open the right door,
I know, right?
it would be so much better. Yeah, the chicker's not in the.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer
And we
there.
locked the broom closet.
You can go upstairs.
Coming to a staircase,
Yes.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fine.
Executive bathroom.
What?
No.
I want to go to the bathroom. So
Can it? Well, let me go in here. Of course not.
It doesn't.
Oh wait, this is totally different.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the
His
door
office
with a
changed.
voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
Passcode is
Stanley had been
butt cheeks.
trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Buns.
Lots of buns. What was it? Night Shock.
115.
Numbers. Oh gosh. 1337.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He
Oh, it
spoke
was.
it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shock 115.
John.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver.
you're
Otherwise, we
doing
can't get
it.
on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Is it really John?
I'm trying, okay?
What's his conscious name? We need to name his conscious.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for
Yeah,
this
stare at that
one
picture with
single
the
thing
gun
for
pointed
your
at the
respect.
panda's head.
The kind of respect Stanley shows for his
hey.
choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there.
Yo,
Why did you
for
come
that
this
kind of
way?
language, bro,
Speak.
calm
Say
down.
something to me. Explain yourself,
Something.
you coward.
You broke the game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What?
Stanley? Hello? Are you...
Stare at Stanley's
Is
face.
everything okay? Stanley, please.
Oh my gosh.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear
He's
me?
done with you.
Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be
Jesus.
wrong here. We can work
guy's
together.
name
I'll
is
accept whatever
Jesus.
you do. I simply need you to take
Jesus.
that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Why don't I know any of these people? Oh, I know Val. He's
okay,
cool.
I can
He,
wait. You need
He's,
time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best
careful.
choice. That's all right. I'll wait
Don't
for
cry,
you to
Stanley.
decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
I want to see him like total
Oh,
glitch
gosh,
out, like
okay.
his arms fly this way and his head. Like Call of Duty, if you look at the dead bodies.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
What is going? Oh my gosh.
When Stanley came
Go to
to a
the
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Please.
Can you just go to the right?
No.
One more time.
Go straight.
I
No!
just-
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
You lie. You a lie.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
It's a big red button. You need to press it.
Reverse that. I did it.
Not with the sock. Told you. Hey, what is that?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the
Funny if
right.
you went through that
Why
door.
would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Through the double doors. It's always through the double doors.
You came through the
Let's
double.
see, we went
Dumbledore.
down, right,
Dumbledore.
left, down, left,
Dumbledore.
right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
What's the ice cream truck?
Okay.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, who
What was
am I
my number
kidding?
again?
It's all rubbish
40,
now.
20.
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No, don't do
And
that.
this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
Four-
Okay, from the top.
411.
Okay. Yeah.
I missed it. Tag nabbit again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Dude,
What
Just
could it
follow
mean?
the story.
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hope so.
Oh wait, hold on. One
Oh
second.
my god.
1 second.
Oh yep, you gotta press that button.
Oh wait, sit down.
It's broken. You broke me.
Where's all the buttons?
Press all the key.
Okay.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I
Yes.
asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It
It
was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
No, it's not.
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Wait, stop. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Dogs. That one.
Dogs. Okay. That makes sense.
I don't think we went the right way.
Maybe I did. Or maybe not.
I broke it. I picked dogs. I knew I shouldn't have picked dogs.
Why'd you have to... I found something!
Why should you start going to a circle?
I'll
with
say it.
magical stars?
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
The end is never. He was right. The end is never.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, there were never windows there,
Right.
right?
Yeah, there was.
There was.
There was windows though.
Oh my god. I don't believe it.
Okay,
Yeah,
yep,
there are no
it's
doors.
worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Let's do it.
Wait. It'd be funny if you could open doors and jump. It'd be so cool.
I know, it'd make this game so much better if I could jump.
Jumping is cool.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
The walls will slowly close and kill you.
What the balls?
Oh. That's
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Wait, go back to
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
We win, guys.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
My
Man.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
This silly
All right,
terrible adventure
I've got a
line.
solution. This time, to make sure we don't get
Follow the
lost,
yellow brick
I've employed the
line.
help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I must press the computer.
Wait. You don't usually go in there.
Nope.
What's going on here?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa.
I can't.
Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
You can't jump. Oh my god.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
Heck yeah,
Stanley,
ferns.
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study
Is
it
it
closely
really marijuana?
and remember it
It's not
carefully.
really a fern.
You
Yeah,
won't want
sure.
to miss anything.
Doing it.
Can we smoke it?
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Let's do this.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us?
for-
But after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you...
right there.
No, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it.
I thought it was
Restart.
437.
No,
I
I was looking at that loser. Not the stupid line again.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we make up our own story?
Yeah.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
You can only go one direction.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Balls.
What do you want our story to be?
Dead Space.
Go wild.
Dead Rising.
Use your imagination.
Some sort of zombie.
Whatever it might be, Stanley,
There's always
I'm
zombies.
ready for it.
Zombie unicorns.
Let's do this.
Zombie
Oh,
unicorns.
no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, won't do it.
Man, I can do that. See, it is. The lines is zombie.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in
Decision.
our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Yeah,
More
Okay,
walking in
so I
circles.
know
Screw
that
that.
each door has to lead
Rebellious.
somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place
you
where
stand
we're
in the
trying to
center and
go,
start
there
spinning
must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes,
Wait, the
then by
right door.
all
Right
accounts,
door is
the
in
door
the
on the
right door,
right is
or
the
the right
correct
door is
one.
in the right door.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
That didn't make any sense.
That was the right door.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
We're gonna sit in the chair.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what,
Second
eight
restart.
times?
Fourth restart.
That's
Fifth
really
restart.
how all this goes? It's
Find the
all
confusing ending schedule.
determined?
Narrator restarts game. Fifth
So
restart.
now, according to the
Narrator
schedule, I
fifth
restart again.
restart.
Then what?
Attempts to play
Am I
story
just supposed to
target
forget?
prevented.
Well,
Unable
what
to
if
go
I don't want to
anywhere,
forget?
do anything.
My
Game
mind
restarts
goes
on
blank
76.
simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting.
Oh my
I don't want to
gosh.
forget what's going on.
No.
I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the
Stanley.
game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
No.
So,
Walk through it.
okay.
A booch.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
This makes me
I'm not
want
quite
to
sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
What?
Ow. Ow.
The heck was that?